Welcome back. Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner is the final of the ATP Finals of 2025. Both players have been impressive to get to this stage. Sinner entered the tournament as the number 2 seed and would take on Ogil Yassim in the first match. Over a close first set, would get through in straights 7-5-6-1. In his second match, he'd take on Zverev, who has no problem getting through in straights 6-4-6-3. In his final match, he'd take on Shelton, who was looking for his first win of the ATP Finals. Over a close second set, Sinner would get through in straights again 6-3-7-6 to advance to the semifinals. In the semifinals, Sinner would take on De Minaur, number 7 seed. Over a close first set, would get through in straights 7-5-6-2 to advance to the final for a third straight year. Alcaraz entered the tournament as the number 1 in the world and would take on De Minaur in the first match, with no problem getting through in straights 7-6-6-2. In his second match, he'd take on Fritz, and this was a battle. Over a drop in the first set, he'd fight back to win 6-7-7-5-6-3. In his final match, he would take on Musetti, who had a win to get to the semifinals, but Alcaraz was too good getting through in straights 6-4-6-1 to advance to the semifinals. In the semifinals, Alcaraz would take on Ogil Yassim, the 8th seed, but this was no problem getting through in straights 6-2-6-4 to advance to the final. These guys have played 15 times, with Alcaraz leading 10-5 in the head-to-head, including the last 2 hard-court matches, with their last match being at the US Open, where Alcaraz was on fire and won in 4 sets. So if Sinner's going to keep his streak alive on indoor hard courts, he's really got to forget about that head-to-head and try and get the win here. Taking a look at the shot quality for this tournament, thanks to Tennis Insights, Sinner leads on the serve with a 9.1, compared to an 8.4 for Alcaraz. The return is also slightly in Sinner's favor, with an 8.6 compared to an 8.3. The forehand also in Sinner's favor, with a 9.1 compared to Alcaraz with an 8.9. The backhand is dead even, both having an 8.8. So, Sinner has a slight edge in this one. Maybe it's because it's on the indoor surface. So, it'll be really interesting to see if the head-to-head gives Alcaraz the confidence, despite Sinner having a better week. The shot quality is calculated in real time by analyzing each shot's speed, spin, depth, width, and the impact it has on the opponent. This is a new way of analyzing matches brought to you by Tennis Insights. If you want to check out more, you can go check them out on Twitter, link down in the description. Very fun matchup, of course, Alcaraz. It's been the story of 2025. They have dominated this season. I'm going to go with Alcaraz in 3, though. I reckon he might just snap the streak that Sinner has got over the last, however many years. I reckon he might be able to get it, Alcaraz. He's just been playing so well. I know he didn't have a great match against Fritz, and, Sinner hasn't really been tested, but I think that might be the issue, and I reckon Alcaraz might get the win, but let me know in the comments below who's winning this one.